Tonight at 5, Governor Tony Evers has signed a historic shared revenue bill into law, how it will impact communities all across the state.
Plus, after nearly 50 years serving the community, Janesville's police chief announces his retirement.
And time is running out as crews race to rescue 5 Titanic tourists trapped in a missing sub in the North Atlantic. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us at 5, everyone. Let's begin with a look at the forecast. Julian Seawright is out on the weather patio with the latest. Julian?
Nice and warm for our Tuesdays, what we're experiencing here on our weather patio. Plenty of sunshine, a little hazy skies, but nevertheless, it is quite a nice and quiet day for us here in southern Wisconsin. Now, taking a look at what we have on tap, well, the rest of the week is going to be dry and warm, but folks, summer begins tomorrow and is going to be in a very summer-like fashion. Plenty of summertime shine, and on top of it, the upper 80s. We're going to be seeing summer truly beginning at 9:58 a.m. going into our Wednesday. Nevertheless, our air quality advisories are in effect until 11 p.m. due to ozone for us here in southern Wisconsin. Not so much for our friends to the east, and the good news is the hazy skies are going to start to thin out even more by the time we get into tonight. So looking outside, it's another quiet day, and planning out the nights, it's going to be very unlikely we see any kind of precipitation at all, and temperatures will be on a nice and cool stretch as we get into tonight, as comfortable conditions are going to be once again what we're expecting. Current temperatures at 85 degrees for us here in Madison, 88 in Janesville, about 86 for Platteville. And to our friends to the west, the upper 80s is what we're experiencing, like Middleton and Cross Plains at 87 degrees. And for tonight, well, it's going to be 60 degrees again. We're looking at another comfortable night for us here in southern Wisconsin and plenty of clear skies. And tomorrow, as we said, 88 for us here in Madison, but a couple areas could see 90 as we get into tomorrow afternoon. We'll take a look at how the rest of the week is going to be panning out and our best chances for rain, which could be coming this weekend in a few moments. Southern, over to you.
All right, Julian, thank you. A historic deal to fund towns and cities around Wisconsin is now finally in state law.
Governor Evers signed the $275 million shared revenue bill in Wausau today. Political reporter Will Keneally was there and has more.
It was months of negotiating.
Now for the moment we're all here for, Governor. We look forward to you signing that bill.
That culminated in a bipartisan signing ceremony to overhaul Wisconsin's local funding formula. The state gives aid to cities and towns across Wisconsin, but that's been stagnant for almost 2 decades. Now it will be tied to a percentage of the state's sales tax. Across the board, everyone is expected to get at least a 20% increase to their state aid. For Madison, that will be more like 58%.
For me, with a simple truth, for far too long, our local communities have been forced to do more with less.
For the governor, that came with education funding, an increase in aid per student. Republicans also won some funding increases for school voucher programs. But the funding came with a trade-off for Democrats and local officials.
For the city of Milwaukee, we were on the verge of insolvency.
Milwaukee faces essentially bankruptcy, and under the bill, they must meet certain requirements, like maintain a certain amount of police staffing and put police in schools.
I don't know if the mayor or the county executive want to talk to that. Those, I'm sure, were exceedingly difficult decisions to make.
Now, under Wisconsin law, the governor can veto certain parts of spending bills, but he told us today that he did not consider using a line item veto for this bill. Our colleagues at CBS in Milwaukee report that local leaders there are already considering legal challenges to take out some of those restrictions on Milwaukee. In Wausau, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
And this is all as the legislature is debating the state budget. Work will continue and the Joint Finance Committee meets later this week.
After 47 years of service to his community, Janesville Police Chief David Moore will retire this fall. He has served in the chief's role for 15 years.
The announcement came this morning, and Kyle Przorski spoke with him today to reflect on his time with the department. Kyle?
Well, Moore tells me that it was more than 50 years ago when he witnessed, as a kid, a Janesville police officer save the life of a young girl who was in danger of being hit by a train. That experience was the reason he became a police officer. After 15 years at the helm, Moore says his department is well positioned for his departure and cites progress with hiring efforts, internal staff advancement, and historic lows in crime as proof. But he admits his retirement is something he only gets to do once, so making sure it was the right time was essential.
It's an interesting day. I had contemplated this for quite some time, but determined that it is really the right time to move on to retirement.
Prior to serving Janesville, Moore spent a summer as an intern Parks Patrol officer in Fort Atkinson. Up until May, he has served since October as interim city manager in addition to his role as chief of police. Chief Moore also told me he hopes his time leading Janesville Police will be remembered as a period when the department moved forward together.
Kyle, thank you. For the first time, the public is hearing from Madison's new interim superintendent, who started last Monday. In an exclusive sit-down, Lisa Quistad spoke to our Naomi Coles, directly addressing some of the recent controversies in the Madison School District. Naomi?
Susan, Quistad came out of retirement for this role as the district faces a lot of headwind for the behavior of its top spokesperson. He's currently on leave. Tim Lamont was the subject of an internal complaint signed by multiple employees who alleged he bullied and belittled both them and other journalists and communication professionals in the community. More than that, the district has come under fire for issues of transparency over the last few years. Quistad addressed a lot of that head on, saying she's here to set a new standard and build new relationships.
Those were my first meetings when I started. They are my last check-ins at the end of the day. We have work to do rebuilding. That is top of my list around rebuilding those relationships and rebuilding trust. And we want to have a workplace where our staff members and our teachers, our communication team members, value, respect, feeling that they're empowered, they have a voice.
Citing employee privacy, she did not confirm whether Lamont is under another active investigation or whether she was involved in putting him on leave. But a message she did make clear: she's here with a new team who are starting new with her. She has expectations of how staff treat each other, the community. I'm getting into all of that and more in our full interview airing this Sunday on For the Record at 10:30.
All right, Naomi, thank you. UW-Madison has unveiled a new vision for the future of the western part of its campus. The 15-year plan calls for adding a hotel, amenity spaces, more parking, and new research opportunities to the West District.
Lots of opportunities to use our facilities and our real estate to help drive particularly the research mission forward and drive a deeper connection between the university's research activity and industry partners around the community and around the state.
The current greenhouses, track, and soccer fields would all be moved to new locations within the West District. If you're interested in seeing the concept and providing feedback, another open house will be held tomorrow at the Bakke Recreation and Well-Being Center at 4:30 p.m.
Happening tomorrow on the first day of summer, the 11th annual Make Music Madison returns to the city. Madison will become a stage with hundreds of free live performances throughout the city. The stage will be set at multiple coffee shops, community centers, public libraries, and park shelters, and feature all kinds of music. There are also some special events at the Madison Children's Museum downtown.
And it's really all about celebrating the power of live music and just inviting anybody and everybody to get outside, celebrate music, see local performers, play an instrument if you've never played one before, or even if you're a professional, it's an opportunity for you to share your talent with the community.
Make Music Day first began in Paris in 1982 as the Fête de la Musique, aimed to bring communities together to celebrate the power of live music and its importance in our lives and creative economy.
Well, President Biden's son, Hunter Biden, has agreed to a plea deal with the Department of Justice, which could end a more than 5-year investigation into tax problems and an illegal gun possession. Skylar Henry is at the White House with more details about the case.
President Biden says he will continue to love and support his son as Hunter Biden agrees to a plea deal with the Department of Justice. Hunter Biden is pleading guilty to 2 misdemeanor tax charges, and he will admit to illegally possessing a gun while being a drug user.
What this indicates is that the Department of Justice thought this is where they could get an agreement. This is where they, if they went to trial, could show proof beyond a reasonable doubt.
Hunter Biden is expected to receive probation for the tax charges. He'll have the gun charge removed after 2 years if he completes a diversion program.
I think the judge is going to do what's fair. And I think what's fair is, my client gets on with his life.
U.S. Attorney David Weiss, who was first appointed by former President Trump, defended the sentencing recommendation in a statement, saying actual sentences for federal crimes are typically less than the maximum penalties. Hunter Biden's charges come as President Biden is in the midst of a re-election campaign, and the leading Republican candidate is facing legal challenges of his own. Republicans strongly criticized the recent indictment of former President Trump, saying it shows the Department of Justice is biased.
If you were the president's leading political opponent, the DOJ tries to literally put you in jail and give you prison time. If you are the president's son, you get a sweetheart deal.
Trump himself called Biden's plea deal nothing more than a traffic ticket. Others say he's comparing apples to oranges. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
And House Republicans say they will continue to investigate Hunter Biden's business dealings as part of a broader investigation into President Biden. Well, could we see a break in these hot, dry temperatures? Julian has the answer next at 5.
Plus, an update on the search for a missing submersible containing 5 tourists in the northern Atlantic. And later, after a Supreme Court ruling, police now have grounds to search vehicles if they think they smell marijuana, even though substances legal in the state can smell similar. We'll have details on that ruling tonight at 6.
Let's check Wall Street as the Dow falls 153 points. The NASDAQ drops 22. The S&P 500 was off 20. And we'll be right back.
Get organized with 11% off everything at Menards. Keep your home neat and reduce clutter with help from Dakota. Whether you need extra storage or want to add an accent to your living space, we carry the shelving and closet systems for you. Get Dakota shelving in a variety of finishes to match your style, or maximize your space with customizable Dakota closets. Get this white closet system for just $198.97 after 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Brothers Maine enjoys 4th of July festivities with family, friends, and fabulous kitchen and laundry deals. Our fireworks of savings on GE appliances and free delivery will make you ooh and ah. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Get over 50% off on this sofa chaise right now at the 4th of July blowout at Slumberland Furniture. Everything's on sale. Incredible deals. Up to 60% off list throughout the store, and up to 70% off on clearance items. What a sale. The 4th of July blowout at Slumberland Furniture. At Honda, we offer complimentary maintenance for 2 years or 24,000 miles. Just enjoy the ride, knowing we cover routine items like oil changes, tire rotations, and multi-point inspections. Honda Service Pass, available to purchasers of all 2023 Honda vehicles. Get yours today.
Tonight on News 3 Now, a heartfelt farewell to a hometown hero. Janesville's police chief is retiring after 47 years of service. We share his legacy and hopes for the department's future tonight at 6.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team gets results.
We're taking action for you.
Nearly 700 cases closed, more than $500,000 recovered, and we're not finished yet. When you need help, call for action only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Electric bikes have become very popular over the past few years, but experts say the batteries inside can be very dangerous. In New York City, 4 people were killed after a fire that started in a repair shop early this morning quickly spread to an apartment building. Firefighters say the fire was caused by an e-bike lithium battery. Officials say tragedies like this are happening more often across the country. And this video shows how quickly a lithium battery can burst into flames. Many times the fire starts when the battery is charging.
Are there precautions people should be taking?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd say first and foremost, follow the manufacturer's instructions. Every one of these products is a little bit unique.
Experts say only use batteries and chargers recommended by the manufacturer and certified by a laboratory. It's also important to be present when charging. Never charge while you're sleeping.
A Utah author is now suing the estate of the husband she's accused of killing. Corey Richens is fighting for half of all equity in the couple's home. Their house is worth nearly 5 times what the couple paid for it in 2012, but the legal title was in Eric's name. Richens also wants the court to honor the couple's prenuptial agreement, which gives her Eric's share in his stone masonry business since he died while they were married. Richens is accused of poisoning Eric with a deadly dose of fentanyl. Several allegations in the case allude to the couple's finances being a possible motive.
Right now, search efforts to find a missing submersible near the wreck of the Titanic continue in the North Atlantic. Laura Aguirre has the very latest.
We will do everything in our power to effect a rescue.
The U.S. Coast Guard confirming Tuesday their mission to bring the missing submersible Titan and its 5-person crew back safely.
Today, the vessel Deep Energy, a 194-meter pipe-laying vessel, arrived on scene with underwater ROV capability. They have commenced an ROV dive at the last known of the position of the Titan and the approximate position of the Titanic wreck.
On board the missing sub, CEO Stockton Rush of OceanGate Expeditions, the company leading the voyage. French Titanic expert Paul-Henri Nargeolet, who's been to the wreck more than 35 times. And aviation company chairman Hamish Harding, known for taking on risky adventures, like a flight aboard Blue Origin's rocket in June of last year.
He will be a valuable asset to the crew and helping motivate the crew as well if morale is low.
Also on board, Pakistani businessman Shahzada Dawood and his son Suleiman Dawood. A family statement asking everyone to pray for their safety.
Time is against us at this point.
With each passing hour, the sub's emergency oxygen levels are dropping. Officials say when it lost contact Sunday, it had a 4-day supply. The Coast Guard estimating Tuesday, the vessel may have about 40 hours of breathable air left.
We've always known something like this could happen, and now it's happened, but we're still pretty much in shock. The community is. I hope it has a good ending.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
The search effort first launched by U.S. and Canadian forces is growing in global support. France is now sending a research ship to the area equipped with a robot that it says can dive more than 13,000 feet below the surface.
Julian's here now with a first warn forecast. Julian?
Well, things are going to be warm, hot, and sunny throughout the rest of this weekend. On top of it, rather dry. But we could start to see some changes once we get into the later part of this weekend. So talking about our weather headlines, this is what we're going to be expecting for us. We're staying near 90 degrees throughout the next several days. But as we head into this weekend, we are going to be dry until about Saturday night, where we are watching for a potential system to finally break this blocking pattern and bringing in some much needed rain for us by the time we get into our Sunday and even potentially leaking into our Monday as well. So those rain chances are starting to ramp up for us as we get throughout the rest of this work week. But until we get there, well, it's just going to be more of the same of the sunny and dry conditions, which is why we have an air quality advisory in effect until 11 p.m. again for much of southern Wisconsin, especially areas to Dane County and to the east, but not so much further closer towards the Lake Michigan area. Now, we are looking for those temperatures to once again stay into the upper 80s, near 90 degrees. So many of us could be seeing the 90-degree mark, especially a bit more west to Dane County or even near Janesville as we get into the next several days. But we are looking for a bit of a break of that heat by the time we get into our Monday, which will just bring us close to what we're supposed to be seasonably. So this is what we're looking at here. We have this blocking pattern, which has been really keeping us warm, dry, and on top of it, just rather sunny. But we are going to start to see this low pressure system over towards the west start to make its way up into the upper Midwest, which will start to change things up for us. That change, again, could be the rain that we've been looking for and a little cooler weather as we get into the back end of this weekend. So the rain we're going to be anticipating will come late from our Saturday night into our early Sunday morning. It will be a bit more widespread, but could also be on and off throughout much of our Sunday. With returning rain coming into our Sunday nights and potentially starting to leak once again as we get into our Monday, but it's still up in the air for us to see much of that rain to be more widespread coming into our Monday and especially for our Tuesday. So as of right now, here's just a spitball take of what we're looking at in terms of rainfall. Significant numbers for areas to the north again, because the low itself is going to be sitting up into the north, but we're really looking at about potentially a half to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall for even Madison by the time we get into our Monday. But don't hold on to these numbers. There's still plenty of questions that we have as we get into the rest of this week, but still it's one thing to be looking for. Now, as we get into the rest of the forecast for us, we're going to be explaining or expecting more of those quiet conditions throughout the rest of today and sunshine even heading into tomorrow as well. So a quick look at our 10-day forecast. Temperatures themselves, again, into the upper 80s, near 90 degrees. Tomorrow's the start of summer, but we're going to be looking at the chances for some scattered showers and some storms heading into our Sunday. Quick look at our traffic right now. Across the Beltline, things are rather smooth, but closer towards the eastern side, if you're going to be traveling north or even southbound of I-51 as of right now, it's going to be on the slower side, especially onto the northbound area of the routes as well. That's going to do it for our weather and traffic. I was going to send it over to you.
Julian, thank you. In conjunction with National Pollinator Week, today, state representatives and community members introduced the Pollinator Protection Bill package. In Wisconsin, pollinators account for over $55 million in crop production and $3.5 million in honey and beeswax. According to the National Conference of State Legislatures, Wisconsin is one of only 19 states that do not have existing laws protecting pollinator health. Well, coming up, how one small business is offering acceptance and standing up for the transgender community. That story next at 5.
3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's the Bergstrom June 3000 sales event supporting Make-A-Wish Wisconsin. Help us grant wishes for kids in our communities that are battling critical illnesses. For every vehicle purchase you make in June, Bergstrom Automotive will contribute $50 to help kids in need. And for every test drive taken, Bergstrom will donate $5. Stop in and test drive today or visit BergstromDriveForDreams.com. The Bergstrom June 3000 sales event supporting Make-A-Wish Wisconsin. Help grant life-changing wishes for kids in our communities.
Trust your feet to Morgan's Shoes.
Birkenstock ushers in a new collection with clean lines, easier than ever closures, and the most necessary footbed in your closet. Slide into Morgan's Shoes and shop our new Birkenstock arrivals. See what's fresh for spring and summer. Birkenstock platforms and wedges, cork-powered sneakers, or up your game with our iconic men's and women's sandals.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to Morgan's Shoes.
Morgan's Shoes, Hilldale.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Fry Construction is celebrating 28 years with a big anniversary sale. Join us to save 28%. That's right, 28%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Act now for 28% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your free consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Lean
back and enjoy the summer savings at the Century House. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless seating. The more you spend, the more you can save instantly. So furnish an entire room with the most comfortable seating in the world and watch the savings add up. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Hair salons and barbershops are banding together to fight discrimination against the transgender community.
Michael George shows us how one small business stepped up to fight hate and ended up starting a global movement.
Tony Rivers says a simple haircut often isn't so simple when you're trans. Rivers says some stylists push back when he asked for a traditionally male cut.
They perceive me a certain way, therefore I should get a certain haircut.
Other trans customers report similar experiences. In California, there were 2 separate lawsuits against barbershops after trans customers say they were refused a cut because of their identity.
When you're a trans person going into a bro-y barbershop and you're looking to get a haircut, a short haircut, you know, it could be a little daunting sometimes.
Xavier Cruz and JP Gomez decided to step in. They own Barba Grooming Boutique in New York, part of a network of trans-friendly barbershops and salons they created called Strands for Trans. It started small, but then...
Last year, with all the anti-trans laws going on, we went viral.
More than 7,000 salons and barbershops in all 50 states and 28 countries signed up to be part of the online database. Anyone can search for a salon in their area. These stickers in the window indicate everyone is welcome.
When you get a haircut that makes you feel amazing, you walk out that chair and you're like, you feel over the moon. Everyone should have the right to feel that great.
Rivers says getting a haircut may seem like a small thing, but it carries a lot of weight.
To live every day who you want to be, that's what we all want.
A fresh cut that lets Rivers be who he is. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
And you can find salons participating in the Madison area by going to strandsfortrans.org.
We'll get a final check on your First Warn forecast when we come back.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way. All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Rider chips. Just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry. My cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2025. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Don't wait until the weekend to enjoy a thick charbroiled steak made to your liking. Make a weeknight steak night at High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. Well worth the short drive to Ridgeway.
In 2023, iCare Medicare plan members receive $150 a month total for food, OTC products, and more when using the spending account card, plus dental and vision coverage. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
This 4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with lots of top-rated 4s to shop, like 4 Bobapedic mattresses that will knock your bunny slippers off. Get budget-friendly Bobapedic comfort with charm, just $3.99. Enjoy the comfort of my Synergy mattress. Looking for extra support and pressure relief? You'll treasure my treasure. And my Lush mattress, topped with an innovative cooling cover with financing options to fit your budget. You guessed it, 4 plans to choose from. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
George uses AT&T. Anthony has Spectrum One. With AT&T, George pays $55 for internet and $75 for his unlimited extra mobile line.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Anthony gets internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and mobile for $49.99 a month. Go to spectrum.com/save more to see how much you can save. Get Spectrum internet for only $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line. Visit spectrum.com/save more or call 833-714-4999 today.
This is how legends are.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get a $5,750 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way. All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
We've got a lot of news to cover tonight. It's been 1 year since Roe versus Wade was overturned, and Mississippi played a central role in the decision. We traveled there to see just how the reversal has impacted health care for families. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And here's Julian with the Air Quality Advisory.
That's right. It's staying in effect until 11 p.m. for ozone, but otherwise, here's a quick look at our 10-day forecast. We're going to be seeing things stay pretty warm and hot for us here in southern Wisconsin. We might see some relief, though, next week once we potentially get that system to bring in some much-needed rain for us by the time we get into our late Saturday, early Sunday morning, and potentially even going into our Monday. But nevertheless, we're still on a dry trend and a warm and even hot trend for the next several days.
And potential for maybe severe weather Saturday.
It's one thing we're going to be watching for as of right now. It could just stay west of us, but as of right now, it's really just how that's going to really develop.
Any rain, please.
We don't need the severe weather,
Not
but the
severe
rain,
weather.
hey, we'll take that any given Sunday.
All right, thank you, Julian.
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great evening. Hope to see you back here for News 3 Now at 6. The CBS Evening News is coming up next.